Hello everyone, this is Cold Breaks, Splash and Go, episode 26. Today is Thursday, August 15th, 2024. Don't forget to watch until the end of the video to see the part of the day. So I recently decided to start just releasing 2 videos a week, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday. So today I wanted to talk about Mid-Ohio, the racetrack. It's in the middle of Ohio, near Lexington, Ohio, and I've always lived about 3 hours away from the racetrack, which is pretty fun. I think the first time I really heard about the track was after I started working at Motorsports. My boss and his friend would always go up to do track days in their Porsches and BMWs up at Mid-Ohio. And then I might have heard about pro races up there at some point, but my brother worked for Honda and got free tickets to the IndyCar race one year, and we went up to Mid-Ohio in 2008 for the IndyCar race, which was pretty fun. And then we started going up there for the IndyCar and the ALMS weekends when they were racing on the same weekend. ALMS being American Le Mans Series, which was sports cars. And that was really cool to see both series combined in the same paddock. Just the famous drivers and race teams and manufacturers and everybody just all in one place. It was really cool just to experience all that. And eventually I started going up to Vintage Days, SVRA, and I don't think we ever did HSR at Mid-Ohio, but SVRA we always did that. Me and my boss Kurt, he had a E30 race car that he raced in Vintage, and it was really fun to go up and help him out and kind of get to see how everybody else handled their weekends. And that was kind of the first time that I had that feeling of I hope that he makes it back around the track. I'd never really had that feeling before until at this point when it seemed like it mattered a whole bunch more that he was always running every lap. So I've gotten over that since then, but I think that kind of stems from being a mechanic and having to just trust my own work and letting the customer take the car and knowing that it's not going to fail. Even though I wasn't the person who put Kurt's race car together, I was still felt responsible for whether or not he was going to come back around. So it was really fun to have that experience. I think 1 or 2 years we got to go up and hang out in the tower. One time it was June, and it was actually raining and 40 degrees, it seemed like. I mean, it was cold, and it was June, and we got to hang out up in the tower while he raced, but it was fun. And then I got to go up to Mid-Ohio with Spencer Rutherford, and while he was racing Spec Miata, and I got to experience that whole deal with the camaraderie with his competitors and people I got to meet was pretty cool. And I got to do a track day there with the BMW Car Club. I did a track day with my 318 IS, and that was in the fall. It was a little chilly, but it was a lot of fun to be out there in my car. And let's see, I didn't really have a whole lot of fear turn one. Turn one at Mid Ohio was blind, and you basically go down the front straight and then you turn the wheel and you go drive underneath the bridge and you make a left turn 90 degrees up the hill. And it's a really fast turn. So once I understood kind of where to point the car, I would just leave people while they're hitting their brakes driving into the turn. And of course my instructor told me that I could just wait a little bit longer on the braking zone at the end of the back straight before China Beach, but I never stopped braking at the four cone mark. So, but towards the end of the weekend, I was driving through turn one, and there was a deer that was near the track or crossing the track, but fortunately I wasn't anywhere near it when I drove through. But that was enough for them to stop the session and make sure there was no more livestock on the racetrack. So I've gone through being a fan and working the races. I worked up there during pro weekends with JTR Engineering, and that was for the MX5 Cup races, and it was during 2020, so a lot of races got canceled that year, and our season got compacted into 90 days towards the end of the year. And so the IndyCar race and the IMSA race were both at Mid Ohio, which means we had 2 weekends, 4 races in total, working at Mid Ohio. And one of those weekends was when I got to shoot with the Media Vest, which is pretty fun. And let's see, I guess the only thing I have left to do up there is basically compete as a driver, which would be fun someday, maybe in a amateur endurance race or something. To be able to compete in that at that track would be pretty fun. So that's it for today, and you're going to see photo of the day next. It's now time for photo of the day. This one I took at Mid Ohio in 2023 during the IndyCar weekend. It was, as you guessed, the Honda 200 at Mid Ohio. Honda's always had a lot of ties with Mid Ohio. They use Hondas in their driving school, and Hondas are made in Ohio, so they just have a close connection with the racetrack. This is kind of like almost like a Norman Rockwell version of a Honda, of a IndyCar photo. I'm not sure who that photographer is. This photo was taken from basically the spectator area near the end of the back straight, and the cars are braking really hard, about to make a right turn, And as you can see, the papaya and light blue blurry car in the background matches the dude's shirt with the number 7 on the back. That is the McLaren racing team, and the number 7 is for Alexander Rossi. McLaren has 3 cars that are colored similarly, so I'm not sure whose car that is in the background. But it was pretty cool to get a fan shirt and the car to match in the same photo. I'm not sure what else to say about this photo other than this is basically a pro race experience at that track. So enjoy. Thanks for watching, and please hit like and subscribe and share this with your friends, and I will talk to y'all next week.